I'm Nathaniel Holmes, and this is CalPADS End of Year One Reporting and Certification. Presenting with me today will be Kyron Pagulayan, often my partner in crime. And of course, we're supported by Marshall and our governance administrator, Matthew Clark. So if you have any questions, please use the chat. That way we can answer them. I rely on my team. I don't often monitor the chat. And, frequent conversation in the chat allows us to, it's a way that we can measure your engagement. And then I don't know if you all are looking at the participant screen or whatnot, but I saw that we were joined by Adriana Quick. That's our newest trainer. She's just joining us. She has experience at two different school districts and with the vendor as well. So we want to welcome her and show her how we do it and look forward to what she can bring to us. So with that, we're ready to go ahead and start. As always, this is our CalPAS training roadmap. You can see highlighted is the series of end of year one through four reporting and certification trainings. These are kind of annual trainings that prepare you for the submission. And everything to the left are the prerequisite courses, the information we expect you to know to maximize this training. So for end of year, we would expect you to be familiar with the basics of CalPADS, including the system overview, functionality basics, how to certify, the data population. These are individual trainings that are self-paced on the CSIS LMS bridge as well as YouTube. And, with that knowledge, you'd be able to maximize the information that we're going to present today in end of year one. And then we're building out different skills related to data management, leadership, data governance. That's a separate series of trainings. We're trying a holistic approach at preparing data administrators and LEAs as a whole so that, CalPADS is more of an afterthought. Data submission is just a product of better data governance. All right, so our target audience today, of course, is always the CalPADS data coordinator. We have an experience training, more advanced. Slyman has presented those. He always presents those. This one's more deliberate, a little bit more detailed. So if you're new, this is a great training for you. And we always welcome administrators. If you have a school or a district administrator, they get to understand the scope of your work. They understand where the data comes from and can help you identify your key stakeholders. All right, so we also include training objectives, right? These are the goals that we have for you as learners at the conclusion of today's training. We want you to be able to identify the key data and stakeholders in preparation for end of year one. So you saw on the last slide, we had administrators included. Building a team is very important to a successful submission. We need our subject matter experts to be included. And so we want to help you identify the data, and then you locally have to identify who those people are that can help in the submission and take responsibility and will benefit from the data. We want you to be able to perform the EOY submission process based on internal schedule. We want you to consider staff availability and set your priorities. We know you have competing obligations. So we will present the state's timeline for submission and certification, but ultimately we all have, different processes, different competing priorities. And so each of you will have to set your own schedule and identify those staff who will be available to you this summer. We want you to be able to resolve the certification errors using analytical mindfulness, review reports for completeness and reasonability, right? You have to be able to critically think and look at the data to see if it makes sense, right? There's submitting the data, certifying the data, but we also want to make sure that it accurately represents our students, our courses, our staff, and what have you. And then last but not least, you have to be able to analyze these reports to assess the flow of data across your ecosystem and evaluate how well you leverage data, right? So again, reporting and certification, meaning accountability should be a byproduct of great or good data management practices. The value of the data is the information that it provides. We want to be able to make timely decisions that benefit the students, whether that's in CalPADS or other data systems that you have locally. And so there's a great benefit to the data when it's analyzed and used as information. We want everyone to grow in that aspect. Okay, so here's our agenda. We'll start with the overview. We'll go into the data that's collected, right? The different data types and files. We'll then have a slight break, maybe about 5 minutes. Then Kyron will demonstrate the certification process, resolve a few certification errors. We will have a report review and also a wrap-up.
You have completed this module. Please continue to the next video. Thank you.